This was one of the first subcompact 9mm pistols I reviewed in the Nut Fancy project. Not the M2, but the Walther PPS as a whole. That was about 2008. It was a very basic tabletop review, and then I updated it many years later, and it participated in our pocket pistol shootout series out in the snowy desert and acquitted itself very well. It is one of my favorite 9mm and now I guess 40 pocket pistols. The Walther PPS M2 is now a reality. We were at SHOT Show 2016 with PFI still.
Hey, Team Pierce.
Mrs. Nutnfancy still. And we're going to show you this gun super quick and go over what's changed. PFI.
For me, it looks like all that's changed has been the mag release, frame mounted, and possibly a capacity change.
So the 9mm version is going to go 7 flush mount,
right?
8 extended. 40 is going to be 6 and 7.
Cool gun though, I like it.
Pull the trigger, see how you like it.
I've always liked the PPS. Still a great trigger.
It's not super light, but it's really crisp.
Yep.
One of the most accurate pocket pistols we've shot, actually, the PPS.
I do like it. Yeah, great trigger.
I like the shape of the grip. I like the stippling that Walther does with it. It looks like they've changed the milling
It could have, yeah.
bit. I'd have to compare them side by side to know for sure. They've got an article right here. I'm sure they cover all the differences. Tenor for coated now, slide and barrel. It might have been before, I honestly forget. So you were saying off camera you would prefer the frame mounted magazine release versus a trigger guard one.
It's just more natural for everything that I shoot.
It's consistent training for you.
Consistent, very true. I do like that a lot. And it is, you can interchange it, swap it side to side.
Notice this too, this is kind of cool. They have a shelf on the polymer that kind of blocks it, so maybe that will help prevent an inadvertent magazine dump.
I do like that.
It's a good gun. Really good gun. So super quick. Walther PPS M2 out. In case you're wondering, I'm not going to get rid of my M1.
I might buy an M2 because I don't have an M1.
Are you really?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
But between this and let's say a Springfield XDS, a Glock 43, a PF9, and all the other ones I've talked about, where does that rank order with you?
Probably up there in the top.
For me, it's definitely in the top 5 pistols. And now maybe with these enhancements, it's even better.
Yeah. We need to get one out and shoot it, see if it's changed.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it. PPS M2. I'm loving it. Nutnfancy project and Mrs. Nutnfancy apparently. See ya!
He just likes to
it's all sorts of goofy.
Yeah, we're checking the magazine interchangeability between the PPS M1 and the M2.
I would like to wait
and it doesn't work.
No, completely different ergonomics.
We have to do this because
the cutouts in the mags look about the same, but the molding on the 2 frames is completely different. And that brings us to this gun, never reviewed or talked about before in TMP, the Walther CCP. There's kind of a reason for that, PFI. And I want to be totally fair to the gun. I mean, when I hold the CCP, it feels pretty good in hand, right? It
does.
feels
the slide
small
is
and
very
compact.
smooth.
It's got a tapered slide on it. The milling is great. It's got a square trigger guard. I love all that.
Everything
M2 mag release.
I know it. So we're like,
But
everything's great till I pull the trigger.
the trigger is just atrocious.
yeah, Massachusetts.
Have you broke yet? Or are you even cocked?
Let's find out. There we go.
Oh my gosh. Just watching you is painful.
Now watch the reset, right?
And it's crunchy. I pulled it. It's like plastic rubbing against plastic. You can see it's stagey right there.
Yeah, it's
How
bad
it's kind of like
news.
notching on you.
Terrible.
The PPS trigger is so much better. The PPQ trigger is amazing. Here's the PPQs over here. I've sold a bazillion for Walther. I just love the PPQ, especially the long barrel version one and the threaded barrel version one. These are M2 versions again. I don't know why they couldn't
It's not good.
make the same trigger. I know this is a completely different design. The CCP we're talking about.
I don't know what this is. Maybe that has something to do with
It
it?
does have something to do with
Okay.
it. That's a gas recoil system they put in there. I read about it and then forgot about it.
I'd like to shoot it and see how it shoots, but
I do too. Feels good.
first glance, I won't be buying one.
And this is not awesome. Because now when you get to 22 ounce range, now I'm in Glock 26 territory, which is basically 13 rounds.
True. Yep.
It's going to be a thicker gun, thicker to carry, but I'm 13 rounds versus 8.
And I can get
And I have an amazing trigger with my Glock modified Glock 26. Why? I don't see the reason.
These are 8 rounds now.
Yeah, so that's 8 rounds right there, that PPS M1.
Winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'll take that one, dude. And I know that's accurate. But again, I mean, it's a really nice ergonomic feel to it. What it reminds me of is the Walther 22.
Yeah, similar. Yep.
Very similar to that. In fact, this part right here is about the same. Trigger is not good, and if they went way over the weight on that. I don't know if it's because of the gas, recoil,
Yeah, I don't know.
mechanics in there. If that weighed 12 ounces and had a nice trigger, it would own the market. 12 is too
That's
little.
way too light.
But the PF9 weighs 13 ounces.
That's true, it does. Yep.
Anyway, so
Okay.
I'll give a likability preliminary only. Don't hold me to it, subject to change. Probably higher than you think. I'll give it 2 stars because I think you could fight through the trigger.
I think so too.
The weight is probably maybe one of the drawbacks to it. TMP, Walther PPS. See ya.